Hi, thanks for tuning in to my very first video on my new YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be doing an unboxing of my very first drone purchase. But before we do the unboxing, I wanted to give you a little bit of a background. I've wanted to fly drones for a very long time, both personally for enjoyment purposes, as well as possibly as a small side business. But there were always reasons why I didn't take the plunge. There was always busy at work, with family. I was always concerned about the cost. I didn't know quite what they cost, but I had the impression a good quality drone was very expensive, as well as, the uncertainty, quite frankly, of where to start. And so this year I finally decided no more excuses. I was just going to do it. So several factors that were important to me as I was looking for my first drone. First and foremost was price. I didn't want to break the bank, but, I also didn't want to buy a toy. What if I crashed it or broke it, or what if it got lost, right? So as a novice drone pilot, I didn't want to break the bank on my very first drone. Also durability, again, as a novice pilot, odds were very high that I would run into something. So I needed something that was going to be reasonably durable as I learned how to fly and my skills increased. In addition, flight characteristics were very important to me. It had to be relatively easy to fly as a novice, but it also had to have capability that as my skills increased, it had the flying capabilities to increase along with those skills. So some factors that were pretty important to me were things like takeoff and landing capability, wind stability, altitude hold, as well as return home capabilities in case the batteries died, it got out of radio range, or there was some other problem. Another factor that was very important to me was image and video quality, both from a personal perspective as well as a possible side business perspective. Video quality and image quality were very important. And then last was flight time, right? Most inexpensive drones have very short flight times. And I didn't want to spend all my time charging batteries versus flying and enjoying my new drone. So after reviewing all kinds of drone reviews, doing a lot of research, I finally decided on the Holy Stone HS700E drone. This baby right here. So let's review some of the features and specs of the HS700E, and then we can get to the unboxing. Regarding price, I was able to get this drone for just under $300, which I considered reasonably priced based on a lot of the specs and characteristics of the drone. It definitely is not a toy. It's got a lot of characteristics that after reading a lot of reviews, I found to be very desirable. The image and video quality. It's 4K ultra high def at 30 frames per second, or at 1080, it's 60 frames per second. It's got a 2-axis gimbal, which is great. It's not top of the line, but it's very capable. And combined with its electronic image stability, provides very good images and videos based on the reviews I've seen. And it also has 130 degrees field of view and 5 kilohertz video transmission back to your cell phone or iPad or whatever you're using to see as you're flying. It also has brushless motors, which are very powerful. They last longer and they're quieter. The flight time on this baby comes with 2 batteries, and the combined flight time with 2 fully charged batteries is approximately 45 minutes, which is really good for a drone at this price point. Regarding the flight features, it can fly approximately 1,600 feet away from the control unit. It's a GPS drone, It's GPS capable, which is very desirable. It has altitude hold with air pressure and optical flow sensors for added stability. And it also has some really cool features like follow me. You can set waypoint missions where it'll fly a set path of waypoints that you program. And it can also do a point of interest, which is really cool. And it's got smart return home, which is awesome. If it loses capabilities or loses connectivity with the controller, the batteries are just about dying, or it's having some other problem, it can actually go into return home safe mode, which is super cool. The weight of the drone, it comes in at a modest 557 grams, but 557 grams is more than the FAA limit of 250 grams for requiring registration. So this baby will require to be registered with the FAA before I take it out. And so that's not a big deal. There's an online website and you just simply go and register it. So that's a pretty good rundown of the Holy Stone HS700E's features and specs. So now let's go to the unboxing. All right, let's unbox this baby. Comes in a pretty good sized box. I would say that's roughly 14 by 12 by 6, something like that. And it's got some safety stickers there that we'll need to cut as well. You can tell this is actually my first unboxing video too, period. Ever. All right, there you have it. Keep that there. A couple things I wanted to run through for you real quick, as it shows here on the box. It's HS700E. It's got electronic image stability, 4K camera recording. You can adjust the camera angle with your remote control. It has follow me capabilities and point of interest, which is the waypoint missions that I said you had with it. Again, brushless motors, 2.4 gigahertz communication, 5 kilohertz communication to your video device, and then independent electronic stability control. So it's got a lot of features to it. Another thing that I thought was really cool about this drone is it actually comes with its own carrying case. So you've got a nice, neat package here that you can store it in. You can travel with it, keep it packed up, protect it. This is a pretty good quality case. It's nylon. Now you can tell it's got foam padding inside, and it seems very secure. Right, let's show you what we've got here. Let's show these blinds. So that's the beauty of live video, and I'm not going to cut this out. So it's got a little foam cover on the top there, as you can see. You see the drone. Here is the remote, and this top section here is your antennas. And then there's a section back here where your, actually those are the antennas. There's a section here where your phone clips in. Let me show you that real quick. Antennas, handles, antennas, and then this actually holds, this guy here actually holds your phone, your iPhone, for control. And I've seen a lot of good reviews on this controller. And they use this particular controller, it seems, on quite a few of their drone models. In some of these side accessory containers here, this is one of the batteries. This is a second battery. I'll go ahead and open it so you can see what the batteries look like. They've got a little bit of heft to them, which tells me that they can hold a pretty good charge. They've got some density to them. Okay, so here's your battery. And it just slides in the drone, just like that. Okay. And I suspect that is a charging cable to charge your batteries. Here in the top, the netted section, we should have two sets of props, which is really cool. It's a drone. You're probably going to nick your, or flat out break your props. So right out of the gate, they give you two sets. And you can go on to Holy Stone's website, at least it's my understanding, through the research I've done, and you can get replacement parts, but you get two sets of props right out of the box, which is super cool. And then in here are your instruction manuals. All right, so it's a very complete package, packaged up pretty well. You know, as far as purchases I've bought, I consider Apple products kind of the standard of high-end packaging, and this seems to be done very well. No complaints. It's good presentation right out of the box. Now let's look at the drone. The drone itself. This is the baby we purchased. So it's here in the beat of the case. And so this is it. Give you kind of a all angles view. That's the rear right here. This is where the battery plugs in. Okay. These are the landing gear, if you will. And then the camera and the 2-axis gimbal, which is pretty cool. Gimbal's super important. It helps with stability. And one of the things I learned during my research was as you're hovering and you maybe move it this way or that way, the gimbal will help stabilize the camera's movement that way and smooth that out. And then with the electronic stability control, you should get a pretty good video quality. Another thing that was important to me, especially as a novice pilot, was that it actually did have landing gear. If you're out there doing research on drones yourself, you're going to find there's a lot of them out there that don't have landing gear. Now, they're not going to land on the camera per se. They've got the camera maybe built up here into the front, but it's literally landing on the body of the drone. And I like the idea, especially as a novice pilot, and actually having flown planes many times before, I like the idea of having something that it can land on, so that, you know, I may not always be at a place where I'm going to be using it is perfectly flat, like on concrete or asphalt or, you know, a nice smooth lawn. It may be on a little bit of a rocky surface, so it can land and hopefully not damage the camera. So there you have it. Looks really good. I'm really excited about getting this thing out. Next step is get these batteries fully charged to 100%. While that's taking place, read cover to cover on that instruction manual, how to operate it, make sure I know everything that I can. As a novice pilot, I feel that's super important. So probably going to read it twice, actually, cover to cover, make sure I understand everything, highlight stuff, dog ear some pages that I think are super important. And then we'll come back here for another video on my first flight with my first drone. So be sure to tune back in. You'll get to see the first flight video and hopefully get my first impressions of how this thing flies, especially as a novice pilot. And then keep tuning in, because I plan to kind of document the journey of being a total novice drone pilot. And as I continue to improve, maybe get new drones, all the trials and tribulations of beginning as a drone pilot. So thanks for tuning in. Look forward to see you guys back. Please hit like down below. Please subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. And also, any questions, just put them down below as well. Thanks. See you guys. Take care.